folks, and welcome to another Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin.
And ready for Time Story.
Here we are.
Wait, we're done.
Forget that crap, man. We got to do something else. Let's reverse that.
We got to reset the game and just start another
Shut up.
Okay.
You thought it was over.
You thought it was
over. It's not.
Okay, so we had done top 5 discontinued cereals.
Yes.
And you were shocked at how wonderful a topic that was.
I was pleasantly surprised because I said, this is such a first world topic.
Yeah.
Like, how stupid and privileged do I feel right now? People dying of COVID everywhere. And I'm sitting here talking about cereals that I wish that I still had. Right. Called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all in one spoon that I never got. Those little turds.
So, I had always thought about we could do this for snacks. I extended that to candy bars after this my summer trip a month ago. We were talking about this. I was talking about this with my family. I was thinking, oh man, I could do this. So we decided it was a great topic, but unfortunately you couldn't think of any.
Well, here's the thing.
And that's fine.
You know what the number one thing that I thought about over and over again as I was trying to figure out what to do with this is I wish I could just eat it and enjoy it as it is. I wish that every time I ate a candy bar or a chocolate bar or dug into something that was just packed with sugar, and we were just talking about Calvin and Hobbes and how he just lives on sugar, and it's a 6-year-old kid in the 80s, and which was what we grew up as, right? And it was just perfect, and he's perpetually 6, but you re-experience your childhood through those comic strips, and they're so spot on accurate. And just I love the strips where Calvin is just devouring just mountains of sugar and going crazy over it, and he loses his mind, and his parents are screaming. He's like, calm down, you animal, and all these other things, and they don't know about all the sugar that he's eating or something like that. And that's how I feel. Like, I just kept over and over, and I don't mean to sound like an old grown-up sourpuss adult who's complaining about nutrition in his candy bars, but every time I bite into something like that now, my teeth hurt. It's just, it's like, the sugar rush hits me, and it's not enjoyable anymore.
I get it.
As a kid, you're like, give me more crack cocaine in this cereal box. And you just can't get enough of it. And then you run around the house 6 times and fall over dead, and no one cares. And you don't care.
Right.
And I, unfortunately, can't have that feeling anymore, and I miss it terribly. That's one of the things I miss most from childhood is packing my body full of sugar and carbohydrates and caffeine and having no regrets. It's one of my favorite Jerry Seinfeld bits. He says, Halloween, best part, you get home with your punch bowl of candy, just heaping up, eat the whole thing in one night. Next day, feel fantastic. That's what I miss the most. That's my number one about things that I miss from childhood with candies. Like, I miss being able to eat an entire punch bowl.
For me,
except for the stupid little, marshmallow doorstops whatever. The little peanuts. Yeah. We don't want those.
Circus peanuts.
We've got enough doorstops. Thank you very much. Are you kidding?
I said, who loves circus peanuts?
Man,
the nastiest thing. She even got some a few years back. I said, let me try one.
You got to be kidding me. Still terrible.
Ugly. Oh, they're awful.
You give that to a 6-year-old and he would throw up.
Yeah, he'd throw up.
Oh, okay.
No one wants that.
All right. Hit me.
This one was one that I've been thinking about for a while, and I think I could do the sodas too. This is so weird.
What?
But yeah, I didn't put together a list, but I think I counted all 5 in my head.
Wow.
But so I was like, wow. So, but I said with snacks. So usually I always do when we think about this list, first off, I just write down the stuff that comes to my head.
Right.
Then I do the internet search to see what I missed.
Right.
Usually, whatever I come up with first is always in my top 5.
Right.
Usually, most cases.
Usually, I agree.
This time, I came up with 5 exactly, and said, okay, let's see what's on the internet. No, I just have 5.
What?
I have no honorable mentions.
What?
It was so weird because I thought it was a more broader topic.
Okay.
But the 5 I came up with, and here's the crazy thing. I wrote them down as I came up with them, and it's almost in the exact order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 3, 2, 4, 5.
Fantastic.
I was like, unbelievable that I wrote it out almost in order of what I missed. Okay. And these are snacks that have gone the way of the buffalo, and I enjoyed them, and I'd love to have them back.
I'm fascinated. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
And to be honest, I may trigger your memory on
that's what I was just thinking.
Here's the thing. I thought one of yours was going to be those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles half-shell cream pies, the ones that used to have the Hostess cups.
Yeah.
Turtles had one that everyone misses. I never ate them, but they had some kind of. They were like
Hostess Twinkies, not the moon pies.
With the fruit filling.
Oh,
they were the ones with the little fruit filling.
Oh yes, the little pies. The pastry pies. Filling. Yes, like with apple and blueberry.
Spider-Man in a one comic book ad would throw the fruit pie at the bad guy, and they eat the fruit pie snack or whatever it's called, the Hostess pie snack. Okay, well they had a Turtles one that
and I loved those as
green,
a kid.
and it had the filling in it. The cream, the filling, the cream filling.
The disgusting sugar paste.
But vanilla filling,
sure.
that you'd have in a cream puff or something.
They still have them. They still make the pies.
Yeah, no, they still make the type of pies, but not the turtle time that's dipped in the green. And to be honest, the outside of the pie looked like a shell.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And so I thought
it was a clear marketing tie-in, however.
But a lot of people scream about that one being the one that was tasting so good, and they miss it, and because I think it was that icing coating gave it a nice crunch.
The shell.
And it was nice and sweet with that cream in the middle.
Fantastic.
So I would, if they brought them back, I'd try one
I'd
now.
totally love to try all. But the thing is, you have to try all 4 of them, right?
There's only one. It was the same green one over and over again.
Oh, that's too bad.
But all the turtles were there.
They should have had something blue, something red, something,
that's true.
Purple.
That'd been funny. The 2 dots eyes looking at you.
Yeah. I'm talking about the filling on the inside. Should have been blueberry for like Leonardo, raspberry for Raphael,
grape for Donatello,
and orange would have been orange.
Orange would have been
no
orange
one would have liked Michelangelo, right?
That's why they didn't do it. That's why they didn't do it.
We can't take the most popular character and make him lemon.
Peach.
Oh, you could have made him peach.
Made a peach. Right. Peach would have been fun. Peach cobbler. Ooh.
Doesn't fit pizza, dude.
There you go. Pizza dude's got 5 minutes. Hey, speaking of pizza, number 5 is the Keebler elves who made chips back in the day called pizzerias.
What?
Look it up. Pizzerias were tortilla chips. They were pizza-flavored chips back before you had
Mr.
crazy
Keebler.
Pringles making up all sorts of colors. But this tasted just like
What's the name of it?
Pizzerias.
Pizzerias. Okay.
Keebler elves.
Keebler.
Yeah, or Toll House.
I'll look it up right now.
Pizzerias, white bag, and
didn't even have to finish typing the word.
They were covered in pizza dust. Yeah, and they were delish.
Wow.
They were so good. And I was like, wow, how did they get chips to taste like pizza?
I've never seen this.
Now they can get chips that taste like
anything.
Backyard grilled burgers,
which is unbelievable.
I can't believe how that happens. But this was back in the day where I was like, wow, these chips taste like a pizza, and it made you feel like you were eating a pizza.
That's fantastic.
And it was so good, and I miss those.
I'm hungry right now.
Even though that's not a new concept now. Pizza flavored chips. That's something you'd see at Lay's or something.
So what was this? In the 80s?
I think it was early 90s, if I'm not mistaken. But I did not look at the dates of some of these.
Okay.
The newest one that I have on the list was number 4. This is the newest one that was out. This is out a few years ago. Snickers plays around with different types of flavors, not
they
just
do?
dark. Yes, they do. They have Snickers fudge now. They've had Snickers peanut butter. They've had Snickers extreme nuts.
Snickers is one of those that I'm talking about. That I bite into a Snickers and I'm like, I love these. Oh my god!
When I get off the diet, I'm going to try Snickers fudge because I always try the different flavored Snickers. But Snickers extra caramel or whatever, Snickers whatever. And they used to have one called Snickers, and these were Snickers Espresso, which was, of course, coffee beans in there.
Snickers Espresso.
And then they had Snickers Salt and Sweet, which was pretty good, salty and sweet. Had salt in there, sea salt maybe on there, which is kind of
neat.
Nice.
It's a nice twist.
And my favorite one, it was the Espresso salt and salt, or whatever, the salty one, which was pretty good. And then I tried the fiery one. They put those spicy peanuts as the peanuts. The hot peanuts you get at the grocery store. I mean, at the gas station.
The ones that you push E5 and you're like, no, I meant E4. No, I got the spicy peanuts.
I love the hot and spicy.
Give me $1, man. I need something else. I can't eat this crap.
But they had the hot and spicy peanuts in the. I was like, that's interesting. I ate it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I went back and bought. I didn't buy any more espresso, but I bought the other one. I bought the fiery ones, and I was like, these are so good. And of course, that was a limited run only. Candy bar.
I'm trying
these days
picture Calvin on a Snickers espresso. Right. I'm sorry.
That'd have been nuts.
So these days, you were saying?
No, but these days, like Milky Way has the extra caramel or all caramel flavor. Then they have the dark Milky Way, which I actually absolutely love. I don't really like Milky Ways that much, but the dark Milky Way.
That sounds delicious.
And they do anything dark chocolate, I'll try.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, my favorite candy bar is white chocolate, and I hate white chocolate.
What?
It's Zero.
Zero.
I love a Zero.
Oh, yeah. Those are different, though. They don't taste like white chocolate.
It is white chocolate. It's coated in white chocolate, and I usually hate it, but for some reason it's so good, and it has, almonds in it.
That's your favorite?
It's my favorite candy bar.
You're kidding.
Followed very closely by Heath.
Wow.
I love the
and
toffee.
Heath is not a very popular option. It's been around.
These are on the shelves, but they're not very popular.
No.
Yeah. Probably my favorite.
This wasn't very popular anytime. I think. Maybe in, I don't know, 50s.
My favorite, most popular one is probably Twix.
Okay.
I always love me a Twix, a cookie caramel one. And as a kid, I used to love Three Musketeers. That was my favorite as a kid.
That's good stuff. My big thing, I remember when Caramello became a popular thing.
Holy cow.
That was my number one go-to for years, is the Caramello.
Megan.
And I actually called in a big argument in my early 20s with someone about how to pronounce Caramello, and I called the 800 number on the... No. Oh, yes, I did.
To hear their
I
name?
called Hershey, Pennsylvania, and I said, hi. And I spoke to the receptionist.
Shut up.
And I said, I'm just calling, because if you have any concerns or questions, or they've got it on every candy bar, but you call the 800 number, it calls up Hershey, Pennsylvania, and this is on a landline phone, back in the early 2000s or whatever is when I did this. And I said, I just want to know, how do you pronounce Caramello? Or how do you pronounce this? I didn't even say it. I said, how do you pronounce this candy bar? The Caramelo. I spelled it out for her. And she was like, well, I don't know if I can really answer that. And I was like, no, I appreciate it. Like, you're not trying to, you can't give a business decision. You're the receptionist, right? You live there, right? You live in the city, and where this is the company where they make it. And I confirmed all of that on speakerphone. And she pronounced it
great.
Caramello. And I was like,
there you
settled, done. And then I was like, how can you argue with me when the commercial...
What was the other pronunciation?
I don't know. Who cares? The commercial was... I was right. They were wrong. Because the commercial was Caramello. I remember that very vividly. And I'm like, how can you argue with me? It's not a Caramello. It can't be.
Another one I was going to put on here, but I really don't. I did get to try it because someone reprinted them a long time ago. It was Mars Bars. They got rid of Mars Bars a long time ago. I was like, oh, weren't those good? No, they weren't. They should have been extinct. They weren't that good.
I think Mars is the parent company,
Mars
right?
is the company, but they used to make a Mars
But the Mars Bar, I do remember.
They eventually phased that out.
Yeah.
But I don't miss it.
I didn't know it was gone.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while. And I was like, oh, no, I used to love it. But no, I didn't. I tried.
So that one was on the potentials of today's top 5, but definitely didn't make the cut.
They had a short, limited release, and I tried one
Didn't even make an honorable mention. You're like, I just have a 5.
This was not that good.
Okay.
But I just have a 5. Yeah, no. I was just saying that one didn't make it. And it wouldn't have made it because it's not that good. It's not that memorable. But M&Ms, there's a billion different kinds. I gotta get them. Have you tried the popcorn M&Ms? They came out last Halloween.
No,
not good.
You see, the thing is that for new and unique cereals and potato chips, and I didn't know that this extended to candy, because I knew that if I had a question about any of these things, like if I saw a new cereal box, I call the 800 number. Or if they didn't answer, or if the receptionist refused to take my calls anymore, I call you. And I just say, what's at Matt's house?
That's right.
Because you've always got the weird new stuff, and you buy stuff off the shelf. You're like, I've never seen that.
Third-party soft drinks. The RC is going to be at my house. The Tab is going to be at my house. The Mellow Yellows.
Look, this one has a blue stripe. That's all that's different about it. It's just got a blue stripe, but I'm taking it, and somehow it tastes different.
I'm someone who will try.
You always have done that. Always. As long as I've known you, you've always
cereals too
had that. Did you have that feeling as a kid, and did it carry over into adulthood?
Yeah. No, I've always wanted to.
Did you point at stuff in the grocery store to say, I want that?
The odd flavors didn't start until, I want to say it was green ketchup. Remember when they started changing
the
flavor
remember
of ketchup?
The purple ketchup and the green ketchup.
And all the
green was great. Purple, not so great.
I don't remember, but the thing is, it looked disgusting, but I tried anyway.
Loved it.
That's when they started. That was just food coloring.
That was Brad's favorite thing in the world.
Really?
Was that green?
The easy squeeze.
Oh, yeah. He was so mad when they stopped making it.
Funny.
He loved that green ketchup.
But the thing is, though, they did something different with the dyes. Well, now they're doing something different with the flavors, and I'm digging that, man. Have you had the hamburger backyard grilled chips?
Yes, at your house. It was incredible.
It felt like it had just come off the grill. How did you put grill marks on my chip too? What is going on here? It was just incredible.
No, that was a good one for sure.
That was amazing. So there's some amazing stuff there. All right, so
number 2?
My number 3. Number 3. I only remember this one.
Look at that green ketchup. That's disgusting.
Yeah, there's the green ketchup there.
Wow.
It was just,
the rise and fall of Heinz's green ketchup.
Blue.
They had the blue.
Tony and I tried blue ketchup. Ate it all the time.
It's great. No. One of them was great.
Make butter?
I think the purple one. Butter? Ooh, I don't know.
Did butter get different flavors too? I can't remember. But the thing is, though, we had so much blue ketchup or blue butter or whatever it was that I was pooping Smurfs.
Yeah, we all were.
And I was like, wait a minute. So the green dye was just running around.
Didn't they have the green and purple ketchup or something like that?
They did. I know.
But I mean, at Burger King or someplace. Like, maybe. Didn't one of the big franchises pick it up?
Maybe.
For a second.
Sure. Maybe so. I didn't eat at Burger King that much, so probably so.
I loved me some. That's one of the things that has changed.
Burger King, injected so much green dye into their burgers to make them look black.
Of course. It was horrible.
That was what the Scary Whopper was just a very dirty green Whopper. Oh my God,
the Scary Whopper was so nasty. I remember that now.
Yeah.
But I loved Burger King, and that's one of the things that has changed significantly over time to me, taste-wise. Like,
really?
That was one of the ones that
I haven't eaten there in a very long time.
If I eat Burger King now, I get sick, sick. I don't want to even talk about what happens to my body if I eat Burger King now. But that was my number one go-to as a kid. Like, wow. Oh, let's go get that. Like, my nephew, you can't. You could offer him his choice at anything in the world to eat. I could say, would you like this gold-plated dessert? And you get to keep this diamond and there's these toys afterward. It's at the bottom. It's like, I want McDonald's.
No, I'm good.
Like, McDonald's over everything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Me too.
Like, they have crushed the marketing campaign, or not even the marketing.
I'd pass a free meal of Burger King. I don't like them.
I would too. It takes me about every 2 years. I forget what it does to me, and then I try it again, and I'm like, oh no, still a mistake. Still a mistake.
I found out about number 3. I kept reminding it because I had a bunch of old comic books I'd read, and it was like on every other page. And I forgot how popular these candies were back in the day.
You mean the interties, the marketing?
The marketing with it was
the tie-ins
a lot, in the comic book ads, and it was on TV a lot too. They did big mass marketing for this. Bonkers candy.
The gum?
I thought it was candy.
Yeah.
It was an inside. It was.
Yeah, it's got like a thing in Philly.
Red in the middle, pink on the outside. And those were the strawberry ones.
Those were good.
Green on the outside, red on the inside. Those were the watermelon ones and stuff.
I like that.
And grape but they tasted really juicy. And because someone would eat one and go crazy, and there'd be all these like. Big fruits, people in fruit costumes on top of them. They go, ha, 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 bonkers. Can hit you with so much flavor.
Yeah.
But they were true. Those things tasted really good. They infused a lot of that artificial flavoring in there into those candies, and they were great. In the center was the big juice. It wasn't like
it wasn't
out,
right.
But the taste.
But there was a significant change when you got to the middle. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, the strawberry ones look like Smurf berries from Smurfs, the cartoon. Mm-hmm. So we'd always pretend that we were eating Smurf berries, and I thought that's what they.
And you were a big Smurf fan, right?
I watched it as a kid. Yes. Yeah. But Bonkers for me was one that I'd love to try again because it just had really powerful juice flavors of whatever you were eating.
I'm still looking up the green ketchup, and I can't believe that was 2001.
Isn't that wild?
2003, Funky Purple came out. 2001, 2002.
Or maybe I think it may have been Blue Butter because I think I had Toast.
Blastin' Green was a runaway hit for Heinz and sold more than 25 million bottles of the stuff.
And then they discontinued it.
That's crazy. And they broke out 2003 Funky Purple.
Butter did it too. Look up Blue Butter or something.
I will.
But I know it was butter now.
After that came the special edition Mystery Color. Maybe this. Oh, here it is. Mystery Color sold in opaque bottles that refused to reveal the color of the contents until the highly anticipated first squeeze. The rainbow continued to stretch. Stellar Blue, Passion Pink, Awesome Orange, and Totally Teal join the ranks.
That's weird.
I remember the teal one, actually, now that I'm reading this.
Okay, so
not blue, but I do remember the teal one.
Blue was the one we had.
Yeah, and then that was that was the end of it. Did they go full rock band with the ketchup and they just oversaturated the music market?
Probably so.
And then everybody's like, I reject this novelty and I'm tired of my poop being the wrong color.
Probably so.
Wow.
Probably so. And it was just like, it was something for kids, novel idea, but parents were disgusted by it.
It only lasted until 2006, the novelty of it all.
Well, 5 years, that's not a bad run.
That's a good chunk of money that they made out of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They need to bring it back. Retro, baby. It's in now.
Wow.
All right.
So number 3 was the
Bonkers.
Bonkers.
Number 2.
Which I think I liked Bonkers, but go ahead.
Okay. Number 2. Wonka Bars. They used to sell them.
Yeah.
You could get them at Bed Bath & Beyond. You could get them at little...
You still can't find them anymore?
They're
They
gone
don't make
now.
them?
They're gone now. But they brought them back here and there. And
I do remember that.
I remember saying, look at that, a Wonka bar. And I hate that I never picked it up.
What?
Because you could find them at Bed Bath & Beyond at like $5, or way too expensive.
Because you thought that they would be around.
Because I thought they'd always be there to get later on at the super duper candy store where everything's super expensive. They have a few Wonka bars, and then they discontinued them. That's so sad because I was feeling for a Wonka bar, and then a year or so ago, or 2 years ago, and I looked everywhere, and I was like, wait, they don't have them anymore. No. They were just around, and I guess no one was buying them either, and so they just closed it up. But they should bring them back around for Christmas or something special.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because
absolutely.
I would always get a Wonka bar now. Now that I just
and they aren't. They weren't that delicious. They weren't that good.
No, it's just regular chocolate.
So not the point.
It's not the point
about any of it.
You eat a Wonka bar. Like I don't think they ever made any of the other ones from the movie, like the Scrumdiddlyumptious bar and stuff like that, and. Had the crisp crunch.
How
or whatever.
did that never happen? Especially with the remake.
I'm sure maybe it came out in the in the 60s when the movie came out.
Right.
But but you're right. When the remake, well, maybe that was it. Maybe when the remake was out, maybe that's when they reprinted all that stuff.
Oh, maybe they did.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe when Charlie and Chocolate
That's when we started seeing it at Bed Bath & Beyond.
We started seeing the rise again.
Interesting.
But
there are so many things they could do, like what you were saying with the Scrumdiddlyumptious bars and the Snozberry. Like Snozberry? Who ever heard of a Snozberry? Yeah, never listened. They had gobstoppers and
round ones.
Right.
But you know what I mean. Just make one that looks that shape and kind of wild. It would hurt your mouth, but oh well.
Who cares? Even if it did. Like they didn't care about that thing in the 80s. Like you could have made anything. It could have made out of metal razor blades, and people would have eaten it and wouldn't have cared.
By the way, I always thought a Snozberry was a raspberry and passion fruit mixed together, or kiwi or something.
Is that your secret recipe for what? That's what a Snozberry
tangerine
is.
or raspberry or something. It'd be something wild.
Listen to me, Veruca. I'll tell you what a Snozberry is. That's a great name to be mad at somebody. Listen, Veruca. No one's talking to you, Veruca.
No one.
Nobody likes you, Veruca.
Another one that I thought about, but I didn't go. Yogurt bites. Do you remember the little yogurt bites?
Don't they still have yogurt bites?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, yes, they were disgusting.
They were.
I do remember them.
I ate them. They weren't very good, but yeah, my mom.
You know what I remember? Actually, I might be thinking about something else. Is the Kellogg's Raisin Bran when they dipped the raisins in yogurt? And it was like little yogurt bites.
I remember that.
Horrible.
But that was back when yogurt bites were around too.
Yeah. And I love Raisin Bran. And that's one of my favorite cereals.
Dipped in yogurt. I remember that. That's right. There was a cereal like that.
And then they dipped them in yogurt. I'm like, this was just a terrible idea.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was one of those that was it was a very expensive box to buy. And you regretted it after the first bite. And you're like, man, I got this whole box of cereal. What am I going to do with this now? Right. You're going to throw it out. You just wait for some bugs to move into it, and you're like, I gotta throw it out now. But you have to wait. You have to wait and for the bugs to infest it. You're like, I can't eat it now.
It's expired.
It's expired. You got to chuck it.
Wouldn't bother me usually, but it does because it's nasty. I remember that, but I remember looking at that and going, no.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of as my point, is that I don't know about yogurt bites. Maybe I'm just thinking about the bad Raisin Bran experience.
Maybe so.
With the yogurt. But that's not your number 2, is it?
That was my number 2.
Yogurt bites?
No. My number 2 was Wonka.
Oh, the Wonka bar. Yes, okay. Bar. Valid. Did you ever hear of anyone getting a golden ticket of any kind?
No, but they did run a long time ago.
They had the contest
of golden tickets in there.
Did you ever hear of anyone actually getting one, though?
No.
And I wonder if we look it up now, or if I looked it up now. You know what?
Wonka still exists because that's who makes Nerds and other stuff.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's the parent company?
Yeah, Wonka. That's the only thing he really has out there now is Nerds. Oh, frosted Nerds. Those are nasty too.
Oh, it's like mine's will dip them in yogurt.
Megan likes those. I think they only come out for Christmas.
Why does she keep buying the crap that tastes... Stop it!
Someone has to eat the circus peanuts. But anyway, my number one...
Nestle owns Wonka.
Oh, okay. Nestle should make some money and bring him back out again.
January 2010 was when the small run of it happened.
Okay.
It was
longer than
Chicago's
I
Breaker Confections in 1976, purchased by Nestle in 1988.
Oh, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they should still bring him out like every once in a while. Like, hey, it's Wonka
I know.
year.
I mean, it would be such a wonderful thing. And
limited run only.
We are recording this in September, and I don't know when exactly it's going to air, but the point is that Halloween craze has already kicked in because COVID has got people so desperate for any sort of distraction. And, Spirit Halloween has opened an entire gigantic... They've bought out Sears and have this huge floor display, and everything is crazy. And so people are in the Halloween craze already. Yep. And I get it. But I think we've discussed this with the cereals, that one of the things that we talked about with the Boo Berry and the Count Chocula and how it typically only came out at Halloween, and how special and wonderful that special run of that cereal is and was, and how much we wish they would have all 5 of them, including
Fruit Brute.
The Fruit Brute, exactly, the lost monster.
He was the one I never knew. Yummy Mummy I knew.
Yeah, I never knew ye. Exactly.
Yeah.
So... I agree. They should do that with the Wonka bars. That would be and people would buy them in droves. I feel like
they would. I believe so too.
Wow.
All right, number one was the first one I thought about that led the whole thing was the and this is back to Keebler Elves again.
Really?
When they're making those dadgum chips that were so tasty.
Dadgum chips.
Boise's.
Boise's?
Boise's was, it looked like a chip that had blistered in the sun. It had like little pockets.
I feel like this is one of the things that I always saw in a store that I would put that in the same category as yogurt flavored Raisin Bran.
Oh, really?
I'm like, I'm never gonna eat that. I was avoided that. Like that felt like the cheap Mars bars, like stuff that the peanuts, the marshmallow peanuts. That's the same category.
To me, it was like is it Zaps? The crunchy potato chips.
I guess.
You never had Zaps?
I mean, you eat a lot more junk food than I do, it sounds like.
Obviously. But no, they're the ones with the crawfish flavor, the gator deal gator or whatever. They're the Cajun.
You keep saying these words. Okay. I don't understand.
Anyway, it was a nice firm chip that had a good crunch to it and had a lot of flavor and salt.
Okay, first of all.
Super salty. But I loved
my first contention with this is it was a nice firm chip. Who in the world has ever said that phrase? Complimentary.
All right, look.
Really though?
Look.
It was a nice firm chip.
Tortilla chip that doesn't break wafer thin
when you're going into the salsa.
They make some. They make the thicker premium style. I hate to say that, but premium style tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips.
They make the thick ones.
They're nice and firm.
They are.
Okay.
But this one was a nice firm chip.
No, I like it. So a nice firm chip.
How did it taste? I'll get some Zaps for you. Zaps just had weird flavors.
Wait a minute.
This one had regular flavors of sour cream.
They don't still make it at all?
No. They don't. They got out of the chip business, I think. But Boise's were super good.
But that's what these were. Was the Boise's.
Just potato chips.
But were they Zaps? Or similar?
They were similar in texture, but not in taste.
Okay.
Zaps always have these weird, like crawfish flavored, gator deal stuff like. And I mean, they're fine. The Zaps chips are fine, but they have weird taste. They don't go for your average sour cream and onion, ranch, whatever,
Dorito, whatever.
But Boise's did, and they had strong flavor and just a nice crunch. So I feel like I'm running a commercial for them now.
Yeah.
But those were the 5 that came to my mind.
I figured. I mean, I tell you what, I do miss the Wonka bar, and if I had thought about that one, that would be number one. And it really, I remembered I bought and ate and consumed several of them, and didn't enjoy any of them. Like really, I didn't really like it that much.
Right.
It did not matter. I enjoyed that movie, and that's everything about it, and just the intrigue, the 0.001%. You had a... I'm not going to make a COVID joke, but the point is that you had such a low chance of getting a golden ticket, like almost incalculable, right? But in 2005, they did have that was when the movie came out, the re-release with Johnny Depp and Tim Burton. And they had the golden ticket at a Wonka bar entitled the winner to a $10,000 cash prize.
Nice.
So I just wonder if anybody actually
what
claimed it.
I bet the gold made the chocolate taste bad.
So dies. I don't know the quote about a weary world.
But the act of a child.
The act of a child is a light in a weary world.
Charlie!
You've done it, my boy! You've won!
I won! What have I won?
Everything! It's all for you!
On Saturday!
No!